If you think you're more skilled with figures than floor plans, you might think about becoming a quantity surveyor, the so-called economist of the construction industry. As a student quantity surveyor, Ruth Smart worked on McAlpine Stadium in Huddersfield, calculating the construction costs.
The major one of this stadium was all of these, they're called banana trusses, obviously because they're like shape of a banana. The steel work that went into this stadium was very expensive. There's a lot of concrete in this building, as you can see, all the seats. The whole structure is concrete. The seats are put on top of concrete steps, huge, huge money. The nicer bits are things like, you know, the actual pitch and the lights and all these extras that you don't think of, which need to be priced. The line markings, everything. We have to take into account everything. Signage. It's a big project. I studied quantity surveying at Leeds, and years 1 and 2 were spent in the college learning. Year 3 was spent on site at McAlpine Stadium, and year 4 was my final year, again spent in college. It wasn't just textbook stuff, it was things like learning to build a brick wall, what construction was about, the actual physical building of buildings. Surveyors who've been educated in Britain are viewed very well overseas. And 2 months after I graduated, I started work out in Johannesburg, South Africa, which was fantastic. Lots of exposure, thrown in at the deep end, which was great, running my own jobs. I became chartered June 2000. It's good in the fact that if you wanted to set up your own practice, you have to be chartered to do it for your professional indemnity insurance. It's good also because being chartered means you're more qualified and you get a bigger salary. And also, if you take a break from your career and you're chartered, it's easier to get back into your career. Teamwork in this sort of industry is very important because there's lots of different parties you have to communicate with and you have to work with. Design team, being architect, quantity surveyor, engineer, contractor, must all work together, must all communicate, because without each other we couldn't get the job done. I was attracted to the construction industry because I'd never met a woman who worked within construction, and it was a challenge to me. I would say to a woman who's a little bit nervous about joining the industry to go for it, because I think it's worthwhile and she'd love it, like I do.